Once we know what fractional indices are, we need to know how to do some operations with them. So let's work through some examples. Our first example, what happens when we multiply? So we have x to the 2/3 times x to the 4/3. When we multiply like bases, our exponent rule says that we add the exponents. So we have 2/3 plus 4/3. So to combine those, we already have a common denominator, so we don't have to figure out what it is. So to write this, we leave x, we leave the denominator, we do 2 plus 4, which is 6. Now, if we look at this problem, we have 6 divided by 3 here. That is something that we can do. We do not need to leave that exponent as a fraction. So we can take that and write it as x. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and that would be our final answer. Let's look at another example. What happens when we have two terms with fractional exponents that are divided? So we have x to the 1/5 divided by x to the 1/2. Well, our law of indices says that when we're dividing, we subtract exponents. So we have 1/5 minus 1/2. This time, we do not have a common denominator already. That means we have to find it. The common denominator for 5 and 2, the least common denominator, would be 10. So to multiply 2 to 10, we multiply by 5. Whatever we do to the top, we must do to the bottom. So we're multiplying the top and the bottom by 5 to get 10 on the bottom. We need to multiply 5 by 2 to get 10 on the bottom, so we have to multiply the top one of this by 2. So we leave x as our variable. We have 2/10 now minus 5/10. Now that we have common denominators, we can combine those exponents. We leave x, 10 will be our denominator, 2 minus 5 is a -3. Now, from our rules of exponents, we know that we can write this negative exponent in the denominator. So our final answer can be written as 1/x to the positive 3/10. And that would be our final answer for that problem. Let's look at one more example together. What happens when we raise to a power? So we have x to the 8 divided by y squared, all to the 1/2. There's our fractional index. This means that everything on the inside gets that 1/2. So we have x to the 8. When we raise to a power, we multiply exponents times 1/2 over y squared times 1/2. So we need to simplify this. On the top we have x. 1/2 of 8 is 4 over y. 1/2 of 2 is 1. So our final answer there is x to the 4th over y.